Hey guys, I'm back for another redstone video, and this is the breeding machine version 2.0. Version 1.0 is over there. I haven't shown it off yet because it was really bad. So this is the new one, and basically what it does is it uses that Pez dispenser idea I had in an earlier video. I'll leave an annotation above if you want to check that out, but if you want to keep looking, then stay here. So basically you got all the mobs that you can breed, and I'm not sure if chickens will work in the minecarts, but I'll test that out later. And I have 2 spots for future mobs right there. So for now, all we have is these 4 buttons that work. Well, all the buttons work, it's just that there's no animals in the storage bins. So let's test out the machine, shall we? Press the cow button, pay no attention to the piston going off. Alright, then we got our 2 cows. Right click, and then down drops down drops the baby cow. Then pull the lever, pull it back, and then they go back to a storage area. So it works as simply as that. And you can do the same animal 5 times in a row. And here, let's test out another mob. How about mushrooms? Have them come in after a few seconds. There we go. Right click. There we go. And then we got that. And last but not least, let's check out the pigs. For some reason in creative mode, you can't breed them in the minecart for some reason. But I think in survival mode that is possible. But let's click on sheep. Oops, don't want to fall down there. There they are. Right click. And there you go. So then we get them out of here. And take note, these are paintings here that drop, like the minecart drops down 2 blocks distance. It looks like 3, but it actually turns out that they only drop 2 blocks because of the rail there. It makes it glitch out so they don't take fall damage. They fall, the minecart stays on top of the picture, which obviously, since they don't have a hitbox, the baby one falls right through. Pistons push out the minecart to the tracks, which also go on with the lever, and then they go all the way up back into the storage area. So now let's show how everything else works. So what happens is all the buttons are hooked up to these lines, which all lead to this line of redstone, and that would activate a torch, which would fire all the pistons, and it would pull this piston out, dropping the sheep down, and then it would come back, and then this one would go and go back, so then all of them would move down one. And I can demonstrate that actually over lag, but it's somewhere over in this oh my goodness, this lag is horrible. Okay, that's gone. Don't know why that happened. But as you can see, I've got a little example over here. And this isn't the exact model I used over there, or over there. This is a less compact version, but it's basically the same idea. So what happens is, as you can see, they're not in the minecarts. That's because I logged out, but it still works. See? There they go. Minecart goes up, and then back up. Now let me just do that again. As you can see, it drops them 1 block lower. So I guess I'll demonstrate some of it using the old design, since it's a bit bigger, so it's a lot easier to see what's going on. And I don't need that. So yeah, what happens is, imagine this is the other part that comes in. So here's that line of redstone that the buttons are connected to, as you saw before. What it does is it activates the first piston and the line of redstone going from the second one all the way up to the rest. And there is a delay on these, and what happens is you got this one, which has no delay. Then you got this one, which has 2 repeaters delay. Then 4, 6, and 8. Well, actually, this one has 9. For some reason, this one needs 9. But it's, for the most part, every layer you go up, you need 2 more repeaters to get it to work properly. And they're all set on full delay, except for this one, which is not, because that's just because the redstone signal is about to die. So when you press the button, it would send one of these pigs down. Then it'd go over the detector rail, which would, oh boy, lag. Yeah, this is something I've been looking at with 1.4. It's been doing this. I don't know why. Just really bad lags, or lag spikes. Only on flat maps. I don't know why. Anyway, oh my gosh. So the pig would activate that detector track, thus changing the RS NOR latch over here, which then sends a signal up. Well, I can't even demonstrate because of the lag. My god. Hold on, let's relog. This is bad. There we go, that's better. So what happens is send signal up to here, which flips the track over here on top. So what this basically prepares it for when you send them back. Now I don't have the breeding station itself in this one, so I can't really demonstrate that, but it'll flip the track. So here, let's demonstrate that. Just put the minecart on top. Oops. And as you can see, the tracks are now flipped. So now it would send them back to the pig cage, and if it did over here, change that track, not that one. So that's basically how that works. So then sends them in down to here, and in the other system you'd breed them, send them back, and it goes up this track, goes over here, hits this detector rail, which resets the RS NOR latch, and then changes the track back to the way it was. So just take note of how huge this one is, and this only supports 5, and you get over here, pay no attention to that stuff, that's just testing. So this holds 7, this is the newer one, obviously. And it's basically, that's how it works. And I made it as compact as I possibly can, and there comes the lag again. But this also works after logging out and then logging back in, because here, let me demonstrate that since, oh wait, never mind. So what it does is, as you can see, since I just tested, these guys are in the, well, actually no, we logged out. Sometimes the animals get back in the minecarts, other times they don't. But if they don't, it doesn't matter, because once they hit the bottom, they'll go onto a track. Let me just relog again. They'll hit a track, and then, well, the minecart would fall on the track, then the animal would fall onto the minecart, go in, and then it would send them out. And I've got half tiles here so that they don't escape if for whatever reason they don't go in the minecart, which I've done tons of testing with this machine, and it works every single time. So now let's demonstrate the final part, which is the killing button. Which only fires 2 arrows, so you're gonna have to press it again. Just depends on how many mobs are in there. And it shoots arrows through lava, as you can see. Okay, one last button press should do it. Yep. So it lights arrows on fire, lights animals on fire, and gives you cooked meat. And unfortunately, it doesn't make a difference with the sheep. I think that sheep should give you meat. I think that would make sense as far as the game mechanics go, but you know, just, that's alright. And you get the arrows back too that don't hit anything. So then you just go down here, restock the arrows, and this chest will soon be full of them, but right now I have none. And there's a wheat chest for this, so let's clear out some of that. All we need is wheat. Oh, my excellent spelling skills in action. Alright, so let's do one final test. As you saw, I logged out and logged back in several times. So now let's test the pigs, but of course we can't breed them because of the weird, you can't right click on them in the minecart. So I'm just going to send them right back. And it takes a good 3 to 4 seconds, maybe 2 to 3 seconds for you to be able to press another button. So send in some cows, then we can breed. There you go. And in like, yep, there he goes. So that's basically it for the machine. So I also have some rules and stuff. Make sure, like, so it doesn't break. Some info on the thing, so you can pause the video if you like. So yeah, that's about it. So leave a rating, post some comments, leave a like. I think ratings and likes are the same thing. Yeah, and post comments on what you would want to see me build next. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.